Yo guys, welcome back to episode 16 of Motivated by Pain. If you want to learn how to bring out the hidden potential in you, then you're in the right place. But before we go any further, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it for notifications. And if you find this content helpful, then like and comment so the algorithm can recommend me to more people. This is the second part of the 5 Keys to Health series. And in this episode, we'll explore how sensible exercise can improve every aspect of your life. Let's start by naming the 3 forms of exercise. These are macro, mini, and micro. If you never heard of them before, that's fine. I recently learned about these 3 categories too. And before I learned about them, exercise for me was just one thing, and that's movement. Now let's see what they are. Macro movement is where you move your whole body while accelerating your heart rate. Parkour, swimming, running, yoga, weightlifting, boxing, cycling, football, basketball, and most forms of cardio are classed as macro movement. Micro movement is your step count, and mini movement is most of the activities you do during the day, like household work, cleaning, stretching, fidgeting, gesticulating, and all of these movements add up to make you healthier. Plus, that if you start small, like a 5-minute daily walk or a 5-minute stretching session, can lead to you being motivated enough to start some form of macro movement. And beside the fact that it helps you build discipline and it improves your self-esteem and confidence, regular exercise also has a ton of mental and physical benefits. Now let's dive in and see what happens to your body when you exercise on a regular basis. The first part to mention is your heart. The heart is a muscle, so the more you exercise, it becomes bigger and stronger. And due to the increased heart rate, it will pump more blood into the muscles that you're working out. This will strengthen the muscles inside the heart, reduce blood pressure, and reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 35%, as some studies show. Through regular exercise, we can also lower the resting heart rate, which will allow you to keep a steady rhythm and better respond to stressors. Cardio exercise is shown to improve your VO2 max. VO2 max is the total amount of oxygen your body uses at maximum effort. Basically, the higher the VO2 max, the longer and faster you'll be able to perform a certain exercise. And with the increased amount of blood being pumped into the muscles, your lungs will also have to work harder in order to maintain the optimal level of oxygen in the body. Some studies show that your lung capacity does not increase, but instead your heart and lungs work together to send the required amount of blood and oxygen to the muscles that you're working out. So basically, your body learns how to better manage the oxygen it has. Regular exercise helps your brain by increasing blood flow in this area. This will give you better focus and will promote the production of new brain cells, a process known as neurogenesis. The increased blood and oxygen flow will help grow the size of your hippocampus, which is a part of the brain that's responsible for memory and learning. When it comes to your muscles, regular exercise improves balance and coordination and strengthens the tendons and ligaments around the joints, protecting them. Also, weightlifting exercises promote muscle hypertrophy. This will grow the size of your muscles and allow you to lift heavier weights. And let's not forget about the boost in the energy levels and about the weight management. This is thanks to your metabolism speeding up and the increase in mitochondria. Mitochondria, also known as the powerhouse of the cell, are part of the cell that convert protein, fat, and carbs into energy. Some studies show that after 6 to 8 weeks of regular exercise, you can increase your mitochondria by up to 50%. And just like that, you'll burn more calories and have more energy. Now let's see what are some of the mental benefits. The first one to mention is the improvement in the quality and duration of your sleep. The most obvious reason is because it tires you out, but it doesn't just stop here. Working out in the afternoon or early evening raises your body temperature, which will drop a few hours later and trigger sleepiness. Exercising also lowers your stress and anxiety levels, 2 main contributors to sleep disorders. And it also lowers the severity of sleep apnea and insomnia. The second mental benefit is a significant boost in confidence and self-esteem. During a workout, our body releases a bunch of hormones, such as endorphins, serotonin, norepinephrine, noradrenaline, and dopamine, and they are all vital for regulating our mood and managing pain. You might have experienced this before when you worked out and felt very motivated and confident. Well, that's because of the release of dopamine, and dopamine is associated with motivation and the reward center in the brain. Have you ever felt a lack of motivation before? I'm sure you did. We all did. Well, that's because of a dopamine deficit. And this dopamine deficit makes it hard for us to get things done because we don't get enough fulfillment from what we do. It all seems meaningless. But regular exercise can help you change that. and you can only blame that on the release of dopamine and the happiness hormone serotonin. Now, if you're new to working out and want quick and noticeable results, you might have to put that thought on hold, because it usually takes around 4 to 6 weeks for your body to show signs of muscle gain. But I'm sure that won't be a problem if you're in it for the long run, right? Just keep in mind that the mental benefits will be noticeable after the first few sessions, and you'll definitely burn a lot of fat in the meantime. The best way to approach exercising is as a part of a healthy lifestyle and not just as a one-off thing. Make it a daily practice to exercise some form of macro for at least 15 minutes a day. And no, you don't have to work out for hours and hours, day in and day out, in order to stay fit. It's all about consistency. And unlike long and painful sessions, shorter sessions spread throughout the week will minimize the risk of you not engaging in it. And once you're comfortable with the 15 minutes a day, then you can increase your time. Here are some do's and don'ts. Let's start with the do's. Hydrate yourself and take your electrolyte levels into consideration. These are sodium, potassium, and magnesium, because that's what we lose the most when we sweat. Do a warm-up before you start and a cool-down when you finish to avoid unnecessary injury. Focus on your breath. This will keep you centered and focused. If you need to, find yourself a workout buddy so you can keep each other accountable. Or you can create your own accountability check. This can be an app on your phone or a calendar, because every time you tick off that workout you've done during the day, that will give you a dopamine boost. Try and work out in a fasted state. This will speed up the fat burn and increase your human growth hormone levels. Aim for a healthy and clean diet to complement the efforts you just put into the workouts. And start small and work your way up. Don't eat garbage food. Don't exercise too close to bedtime. Allow at least 2 to 3 hours for your body to cool down and be able to fall asleep. Don't overdo it and don't overcomplicate it. Don't beat yourself up if you miss one day or cheat on a meal, because that's where most people break. They see that they broke their discipline and they move backwards. No, don't do that. Just allow that day or allow that meal to be missed and move forward. You can always make up for them the next day if you must. Don't let yourself be intimidated by others who are more advanced than you. Just remember that we all start in the same place, the bottom. And don't let others make you feel bad for the way you look. Always remember that it's not you versus them, it's not them versus you, it's you versus you. It only matters what you think about you. And when it comes to exercise recommendations, my highest recommendation is YouTube. You'll find everything you need to know on YouTube. HIIT classes, yoga classes, full body workouts, home body workouts. And if you don't know how to use gym equipment, just go on YouTube and you'll find every exercise you need. Tutorials teach you everything. And the best part about it is that they're all free. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong, and stay tuned for part 3, efficient rest. Peace.